lesson 6, and we will continue um, our lessons. We did the noon, second, and tanween rules towards lesson 5, and inshallah, this time we'll be taking the meme second rules. Before we start, I would like to answer some questions. Maybe it passes by your mind while you are studying. Maybe you're asking that at the beginning we said that the tajweed is to articulate the letters from its articulation points and add the characteristics of the letters. So what we are studying now is going to be under which part of the definition? This is a good question. Actually, the first part of the definition of the tajweed, which is articulating the letters from its articulation points, is studied separately. So these are the articulation points of the letters. We are not studying this part of the tajweed at the beginning because we have already many students having difficulties pronouncing some letters. So it is not good to start with something already hard to correct. So that's why we at the beginning start studying the characteristics of the letters, which is the second part of the definition of the tajweed. So if we said that the tajweed is articulating the letters from its articulation points and adding to the letters its rights and the use of characteristics, so all the lessons that we are taking now is under the second part of the definition, which is the characteristics and the rights. So the noon rules, the meme rules, the double noon, the double meme, all of that is under the characteristics of the letters. So when we gonna study the articulation points, we will be taking the articulation points practically. That you gonna listen to the reciter, try to follow the reciter, do the same like him, try to articulate the letter like him, and after a while, after you already listen to many words and many ways you can listen to the letter, so it is gonna be a good experience for you after that, in order to make it easier for you to study the articulation points as a theoretical study. Okay, so now until we study the articulation points, you're gonna follow the reciter, you're gonna follow the teacher, try to do the same like the teacher or the reciter, pronounce the same way until we will be studying the theoretical part of the articulation points and from where exactly the letters are formed. And actually not all the students are asked to study the articulation points. It is enough that you follow the reciter and try to correct it as the teacher is telling you. So studying the articulation points is good, it's gonna help, but it's not obligatory. Like if you're not gonna study it, okay, and you already know the rules of the noon and the meme and the characteristics that you're gonna study, so inshallah you can recite the Quran the right way. So we can say that studying the articulation points is a higher level of studying the tajweed. Not on the level that we are doing now. Now we are studying the basic level. Like this is the rules that you have to know in order to recite the right way. If you don't know it, you will not be able to recite the right way. I hope that I answered this question, and this very important question. You have to know about it. The second thing, for the noon rules and the tanween rules, noon second and tanween rules, lesson number 5, sometimes you see some signs in the mushaf, like you see on the noon, sometimes it has a sign like the sukoon sign, which is like a bigger than sign, and sometimes the noon is not having any sign. Sometimes the tanween is written like 2 equal fathas, 2 equal kasras, 2 equal dhammas, or maybe overlaying. And sometimes you see that the the two fathas are not equal, one is coming after the other, and the kasra is coming like that, and the dhamma is also coming like that, like dhamma and then another dhamma. So what are these signs? Actually, these signs are helping, because if you are looking to the mushaf, you can have the sign of the izhar from the way the noon is written and the tanween is written. We took the izhar and we said the izhar, for example, is to pronounce the noon from its articulation point without gunna, without full gunna. So if you look to the mushaf on the word an'amta, you will see that the noon is having the sukoon sign, which is like the bigger than sign. This sukoon sign means that there is izhar here. So on all the noon which is followed by the izhar letters, you will find this sign, which is the izhar sign, the sukoon sign. Okay, so it may help, because sometimes you forget the letters of the izhar. But actually, as I told you, we have to memorize the letters of the izhar, because maybe you don't have the mushaf, so we can't rely on the signs of the mushaf. But it is something like helping you, but you can't rely on it. You can't rely on it. So if you look to the mushaf, you'll find that on the noon, while we have the izhar letters coming after the noon, we have the noon having this sukoon sign. So we call this the sign of the izhar. رأس الحاء. We call it رأس الحاء. رأس means the head of the letter ha. So this sukoon sign is looking like the higher part or the upper part of the letter ha. Okay. What about the tanween? If you see on the word kufuwan ahad, for example, kufuwan, you will see that the two fathas are equal, and that is because we have izhar. But if you look on Surah Al-Masad, on تبت يدا أبي لهب وتب ما أغنى عنه ماله وما كسب سيصلى نارا. If you look to the word نارا, you will find that the two fathas are not equal, and we have one fatha coming and then the other one. They are not overlaying, but they are following each other. So in this case, we don't have izhar. We have another rule, which is the idgham. The ikhfa, naran dhata. So can we rely on this? Actually, there is a problem, because if you look to the idgham too, you will find that we have the same sign, that the two fathas are not overlaying, and they are coming following each other. But it will help you on the izhar, because if you see that the two fathas are equal, like on kufuwan ahad, on ghasiqin idha waqab, you will see also on Surah Al-Falaq, the two kasras are coming over each other, and they are equal to each other. It means that this is the izhar. We apply the izhar here. Also on the dhammas, the two dhammas, if they are coming over each other and overlaying on each other, so this is the sign of the izhar. So we can say that the signs of the mushaf for the noon rules that will help you is the signs of the izhar, which is to have the head of the ha, or the sign of the sukoon, on the noon when it is followed by the letters of the izhar, and to have the tanween as two equal fathas, two equal dhammas, and two equal kasras. So if you see that, so you're going to apply the izhar. You're going to apply the izhar. And if you find the noon having no sign of the sukoon, okay, so it may be idgham, and it may be ikhfa, and it may be iqlab. Okay, so if you find the tanween which is not equal, like you have the fatha coming and then the other one following it, the kasra coming and then the other one following it, the dhamma coming and then the other dhamma following it, and they are not overlaying each other. So this can be also for the idgham, the ikhfa, and the iqlab. But the izhar, you will always find that the two fathas are equal, the two kasras are equal, and the two dhammas are overlaying each other. Now, inshallah, we'll start taking the second or the third lesson, we took the first lesson was the double noon and the double meme, and then